Alright, morning everybody. Another round of coffee questions. It is Friday. I'm going to talk briefly. I keep talking about this guy's place that's closing, this industrial automotive place, and very slowly he's selling stuff off. So once a week or so I stop by, say hi, glance around. That's where I got those old wood planes and stuff from I restored. Decided to do the video a little bit early this morning to avoid those locusts and make that incredibly annoying buzzing sound. I thought it was my video camera or something until I realized, what it was. So, not much humidity out today. I'm hoping that they don't come out to play. So what I found while I was there, it's just one of these art things. I found this set of horns right here. It was attached to this wooden plaque, very loosely. It was damaged, obviously, and it was just a cheap piece of panel board or something. So I got it for next to nothing, and I went ahead and I brought this home and I thought, okay, let's create something a little bit better for it. So no, I didn't go out and hunt a deer or do anything like that, but I thought for something that was going to get discarded or what he felt was junk now, I might make something out of it. So what I did is get a piece of wood laying around here in the shop. I got it from Home Depot or Lowe's, I don't remember, and it was about the same size as the discarded piece, a little bit bigger, okay, but I kept close to the same dimensions, not exact, and I made a nice wood plaque. So I took my router and I went around this piece of wood, and then I sanded the top, and I went ahead and I sprayed the edge black, and then I went ahead and I used dyes like you saw in my previous video, and I created this plaque. Then what I did while I was out there, I got some hangers, and I'll show you right here in the back. And it doesn't weigh a lot, these horns. So I drilled a hole through there that would fit the size of the bolt, because he has a hole going through those horns, and it was the same size. And then I made a little countersink, you can see here real close, because when I tighten it, the bolt will go down into that countersink and this thing will sit a little bit more flush. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to mount these up onto here. Let's see what it looks like. I'll be right with you. Give me just a sec. Okay, so I went ahead and I mounted that plaque. It had a hole drilled through the horn part up here, and I just made sure I had a thin enough bolt and a nut that would go through the same hole through this piece of wood to the back. So right here, doesn't look bad. And this is how I did the back, right there. Now, I will probably touch this right here. It isn't really interfering with the height of the bracket though, so I might not. But if I wanted to, I could take a 4.5-inch angle grinder, flap wheel, I hit with 60 grit or something. I could hit this and bring this bolt down a little bit more flush with the wood if I needed to. Pretty cool the way it turned out. So what's the point behind all this? So we went over to some questions and answers. That isn't much of a handyman video, and I go, no, but I bring you these things for thought. To think about. When you're someplace where somebody is just getting rid of stuff and you run across it cheap, whether it's these antique or these old hand planes, or maybe a set of horns or something out of the ordinary, they just want to get rid of it, I repurposed it. He thought it was junk. I think I gave him like $10 for it, for the horns. And it was a messed up piece of wood, like I said. I just came home, I created another one that I think looks pretty good. I didn't make it real big, I didn't make it real fancy, kept it simple. I'm sure I could sell this for a hell of a lot more than $10. That's my point. Or that antique lamp. You saw the video that I did on cleaning it up, where I used Bartender's Helper. It's a cleaning compound, and I brushed it on there and I cleaned up all that copper and brass, and it turned out beautiful. So I got that really cheap, and they just thought it was so tarnished and messed up that it was junk. It's not junk. I could probably sell it for a hell of a lot. So the same thing, I will more than make my money back with this if I decide to sell these. Now the other question is, somebody goes, well, that little nut here in the middle, it's silver, it shows up real bad. Yeah, but I can take a small artist brush with black paint or whatever I want, I could touch this up to, I don't want to say hide it, but I can make it look something other than silver. But for right now, for me, this is a completed project, except for maybe just putting that little bit of touch-up paint on there. The rest of it's done. What did I use? I used Rust-Oleum Ultra Gloss Clear. It's 2 times. I buy it off Amazon. You could probably buy it out at the big box. You could use lacquer. You could use whatever you want to put your finish on here. I did a whole video on the dyes and the routing, so you can go back through my playlist, and take a look. But, I don't know. We're going to move on to other projects, but this is just another way you could make some decent money. When you buy something that cheap and you can kind of fluff it up and play around with it and make it look good again, it becomes very sellable. Now, like I always tell you, I'll take photos of this. I keep them on my phone. When I'm at work, because I work in a big organization, a lot of times somebody will go, hey, what have you been doing lately? And I thumb through the photos and I show them, and I sell quite a few things that way. You might have a shop or something like that, or another way of selling stuff. This just fuels my hobby. I have a full-time job just like everybody else. So anyway, nice little find. I'm going to go down there again today because it's been a week now. I'm going to see what else I can find that might be salvageable and I might be able to make some money off of. So quick tip, don't discard these things. Don't look at them as junk. Take a look at them. Think to yourself, is there a way that you can do something with it and make it 10 times better, 5 times better, and sell it? A lot of times you can, and this did not take me that long to do, so it's up to you. Anyway, I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you keep following me. Just a quick tip, treasure hunting we'll call it, at garage sales or places that are going out of business. So drop a comment and I'll see you in the next video. You folks have a great day. Bye-bye.